Hello, this is my presentation over what the connection to happiness is, a materialistic lifestyle or a minimalist lifestyle. How we live our lives happily is determined by the lifestyle of our choices. Minimalists live free from the desire to accumulate unnecessary bulk while focusing on people and the life they encounter. Materialists, on the other hand, find elation through the success they've created for themselves and what this success allows them to do. Neither side is right or wrong. The lifestyle one chooses is in the eye of the beholder. Materialism can influence life satisfaction both positively and negatively. Where these two sides clash is their differing opinions on which lifestyle is ultimately the best. The specific controversy is whether people who live minimally or people who live in excess are more jovial than others. Both sides argue why their lifestyle is more fulfilling and why the other one is actually depressing. This is my thesis. While minimalists argue that living in excess is burdening and reduces jubilation, materialists argue that the way you view this materialism is actually the defining factor in whether one is content or not. A deeper dive will be taken to divulge these differing opinions on the argument between minimalists and materialists and whether their lifestyles are joyous. Minimalism is a lifestyle focused on finding joy through experiences and relationships by not living in excess. Many would say that living a life focused on the people around you and life itself would be the most prosperous. For some people, living in excess brings too many burdens. This is why some choose a minimalist lifestyle. These minimalists would agree that intuitively, we know the best stuff in life isn't stuff at all, and that relationships and meaningful work are the staples of a happy life. Instinctually and biologically, we do not need stuff to be presumably happy. This notion is argued by those living minimally as to why their lifestyle brings the most life satisfaction. Continuing this focus on our biology, the emotion of gratitude might have deep roots in human evolutionary history. Sustaining the social bonds are key not only to our happiness, but also to our survival as a species. Materialism can get in the way of our deeply rooted propensities for gratitude. Materialism takes away our appreciation for gratitude when what we find happiness in is the people who make us joyful. The minimalists continue this notion of conception with the ideas of behavior that influence gaiety. Those living abhorred to excess are persistent that living their lifestyle ultimately leads to the most raptured lifestyle. Behavior and consumerism are closely linked in American society. This consumer mindset led to the obsession of materialism and ultimately the decrease in life satisfaction. The minimalists focused on that. In a recent study, the Northwestern University psychologist Galen V. Bodenhausen linked consumption with aberrant behavior. Professor Bodenhausen found that irrespective of personality, in situations that activate the consumer mindset, people show the same sorts of problematic patterns in well-being, including negative effects and social disengagement. Though American consumer activity has increased since the 1950s, happiness levels have flatlined. The American obsession with consumerism has affected social engagement negatively, which, according to those not living in excess, decreases happiness since the minimalist lifestyle is focused on this engagement. The materialistic values that consumer culture supports may be to blame. Those who pursue wealth and material possessions tend to be less satisfied and experience fewer positive emotions each day. The attitude and view of consumerism are what plagues the minds of minimalists on why materialism is so bad. The minimalists focus on meeting basic needs and accounting for social engagement and life experiences to be truly happy. Those not living in excess believe that once our basic needs are met, wealth makes a very little difference to one's overall well-being and happiness. While living a minimalist lifestyle seems to optimally bring the most contentment to those who live it, the materialists would argue otherwise. Materialism is a lifestyle focused on finding satisfaction through success and wealth by exceeding what the minimum is to live. This idea of living in excess receives a distasteful reputation because of the mindset behind it is all wrong. Living a materialistic lifestyle can actually be quite rewarding and be argued to be the happiest way to live. The reason living in excess can be viewed as acceptable or inadequate depends on the way one views wealth and materialism. This has a significant impact on how satisfied or happy one is with their life. Materialists argue that their life actually imposes the most bliss when the mindset behind it is correct. Materialists define their idea of success of delectation as success materialism. When the view of materialistic lifestyle is a success-focused one, success materialism contributes to life satisfaction because it serves to boost economic and causing a rise in future satisfaction with their standard of living, which in turn contributes to future life satisfaction. Minimalists like to argue that materialists are simply focused on seeing how much excessive stuff they can get, when in reality, they buy in excess because of the economic motivation and their high standards of living, which brings them to significant life satisfaction. The materialists focused on this idea that material possessions can actually boost happiness. The view and mindset of materialism is a defining factor of why a materialistic lifestyle brings the ultimate joyful life. Minimalists bash on the materialistic lifestyle because they view that materials define happiness, when in all actuality, the success the materials represent define the euphoria. This mindset is the defining factor. A new study featuring researchers at Binghamton University, State University of New York, found that viewing wealth and material possessions as a sign of success yields significantly better results to life satisfaction. The materialists justify their lifestyle and why it brings the ultimate satisfaction because of the success mindset they allow themselves to have and to be proud of. This mindset can also be used on image and status and how that defines success in the mind of those living in excess. Minimalists fail to understand that when materialism is assessed through a broader array of materialistic goals, materialism becomes a significant positive predictor of life satisfaction. This is why materialists continue to boast that their lifestyle provides the most elation. The view of the materials and the excess, alongside image and status that comes along with this mindset, ultimately creates the most life satisfaction. Materialism receives a bad reputation because of the view and mindset it is given. If this mindset is switched to a success-focused one, materialism is actually beneficial and makes one happier. The notion that the way materialists focus on and view success may be the ideal way of life to achieve bliss. The best way to be happy, though, is in the lifestyle of the beholder. Overall, the minimalists continue to push their agenda that living in excess actually decreases happiness, while relationships build rapture, and the materialists pursue that living with wealth and success creates the optimum of delirium. Something that needs to be focused on is how one defines happiness and what are the means they use to gauge this happiness. How they define and measure exuberance needs to be riddled out before they can declare which lifestyle is the happier one. Determining what way of life makes one happier is essential to living a fulfilled life. Individually, we must figure out whether the materialistic path or the minimalist path is better for us. Neither one is the wrong path. Each path is just made for different people. Next, I will show my works cited. Here is my first works cited page, my second works cited page. Thanks for watching.